Hey folks, are you ready for Week 8 NFL football picks? First, we got to talk a little bit about Week 7. Um, Last week I was hoping to bounce back in Week 6. It took some questionable calls against the Detroit Lions just to get me to 7-7. Bad week. So this week was a little bit better. I went 9-5 in Week 7. And what that did was brought my yearly total up to 64, 42, and 1, which to me is not stellar. So we're going to keep trying. I'd kind of like to get a few weeks with double-digit wins. We're going to give it a whirl. All right. So let's start with tonight's game. They're getting ready to kick it off. I probably won't get this video up before the game starts, but hopefully it'll be up during the game. And that game is the Redskins at the Vikings. I will be taking the Vikings. I think that Kirk Cousins has been playing well. I don't know that I believe that he can stay as hot as he is for an extended period of time, but I don't see the Redskins being able to be the ones to stop them. And the Vikings have a great defense. They're playing at home. Yeah, I like the Vikings against the Redskins. Seahawks at Falcons. Yeah. So I sometimes want to believe in the Falcons that with Matt Ryan at quarterback, he's a good quarterback. But Falcons don't seem to be able to put anything together. They're facing a really tough Seahawks team. What can you say about Russell Wilson? Playing outstanding, definitely MVP candidate. I like the Seahawks, even though they're on the road. Seahawks over the Falcons in Atlanta. Yeah. So next up, Chargers at Bears. I like the Bears. I maybe the Chargers are kind of like the Falcons. They've just burnt me too many times picking them. I don't know what's going on with the Chargers, but they just can't seem to win. The Bears, I believe, yeah, they lost to the Saints, but that's a good football team. I don't think Trubisky is the answer at quarterback. But with their defense at home against a Charger team that can't seem to do anything, I think they'll find a way to win this ball game. Jets at Jaguars. Yeah, the Jets. Who knew they could rise up and beat the Cowboys a couple weeks ago? But then the Patriots brought them back to earth last week. So I'm going with the Jaguars. Gardner Minshew, yeah, their record isn't stellar. It's I think 3-4, but they're playing the Jets, and it's at home. Yeah, I don't think I wanna trust the Jets with this. So Jaguars over the Jets. Next up, Bengals at Rams. No doubt the Rams, yes, they've been struggling, but last week I think they showed that they're quite capable. They're still a very good football team as they went to Atlanta and beat the Falcons. The Bengals, what are they doing? I really don't know. So I don't even think this is going to be much of a contest. Rams over Bengals. Buccaneers at Titans. The Buccaneers have been extremely inconsistent. Meanwhile, the Titans, while also being inconsistent, may have found their spark plug with Ryan Tannehill. Being a former Dolphin, I like Tannehill. My only issue with him was I just couldn't see him staying healthy for the course of a 16-game schedule. But I think he's a good quarterback when he's healthy, and the Titans can definitely win some ball games with him. I think this game against the Buccaneers will be one of those games. So look for Ryan Tannehill to have a good game and the Titans to win on Sunday. Eagles at Bills. Wow. I look at this Bills team and I think that people are sleeping on them because they're in the same AFC East with the New England Patriots. This team can play defense. And if they can produce on offense, they are going to be tough. I really feel like the Bills can get to the playoffs. So the Eagles, I don't know what their issue is. They should be, to me, they should be playing better than what they are, more consistent than what they are. They're going to be desperate. This is liable to be one of the best games to watch this weekend, but I really think the Bills are going to get the Eagles. I'm taking the Bills over the Eagles on Sunday. The Broncos at Colts. The Broncos are an inconsistent team. Joe Flacco, I do not believe, is the answer at quarterback. Some weeks he looks decent. Other weeks he looks absolutely miserable. The defense, while being extremely talented, has been inconsistent as well. I understand they're putting in a new defensive scheme. It takes a while for that to gel, but yeah, this Broncos team is what, 2-5 for a reason. They're playing a Colts team that surprised me last week by taking the Houston Texans. I thought the Texans would have a little bit too much offense for them, but they played well. They beat them. And so I'm taking the Colts. The Cardinals at Saints. Oh, yeah. Give me the Saints all day long. I'm a believer. This is a really good team. The performances that they've been putting on since Breeze got hurt just show how well this team can play. It's not just Breeze putting the Saints on his back, because obviously he hasn't been there. This team can play. This team has done a good job of rallying around their backup quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, and playing to his strengths. And I think Breeze ought to just take it easy, come back when you're absolutely ready. You're going to be in there. The Saints are going to the playoffs, and you want to be healthy so you can close the deal. Because the Saints should have a real chip on their shoulders. They should have had a shot at the Super Bowl. So next up, Panthers at 49ers. I like this Panthers team. I think they're actually playing better perhaps without Cam Newton than with him. But this 49ers team, until someone beats them, I don't know how you can pick against them. They are playing really good football. In a quagmire of a game against the Redskins last week, they found a way to win. It was ugly. It was bowling shoe ugly. But they found a way to get it done. And I watched quite a bit of that game. I can't remember if it was being shown here or whether I just watched the highlights, but it was an ugly game as far as the field conditions. Just terrible. But they soldiered on and got the win. I'm taking the 49ers this week, though I would really like to see this game as well because this should be an excellent football game. Raiders at Texans. The Raiders, they're 3-3. They're not a bad team. I just think the Texans are a little bit better. Texans have the home field advantage. I'm looking for the Texans to beat the Raiders. Browns at Patriots. Well, which Browns team's going to show up? And even if they do, the Patriots I don't think they're as dominant or as invulnerable as they have been in years past. But the Browns, I don't see them being consistent enough to take them. Not in New England. I'm taking the Patriots over the Browns. Now, what is shaping up to be the game of the week, the Sunday night ball game, Packers at Chiefs. This one's hard on a couple levels. One, trying to be objective and pick a winner. I like both of these teams a lot. I've always liked the Packers, especially got an affection for them back in Brett Favre's day. Reggie White's probably my favorite non-Dolphin of all time. Love the Packers. The Chiefs are one of my best friends' favorite football teams. And I guess I really look to them as being the hope, the great hope that someone, since obviously my Dolphins are not going to be there, the Chiefs are my great hope that will finally put the evil empire down. And so I'm looking at this game. I am picking the Packers because as I looked at the schedule for the Chiefs over the course of the next 3 games, which Patrick Mahomes is supposed to miss, I felt that this would be the trouble game because the Packers are getting red hot. Aaron Rodgers is kind of finding himself. Their defense has improved over last year. Packers are one of the teams in the NFC to beat. And the Chiefs, I think, I hope the Chiefs will give them a good game. And I definitely think, again, another backup from the Dolphins, Matt Moore. Matt Moore's like I said last week, is a smart guy, tough guy. If they play to his strengths, they can win some ball games, and I think they will win a few. But this week, can Matt Moore knock off the rust in a week's time? I just have to go with the Packers on this one. All right, final game, Monday Night Football. My Miami Dolphins versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Dolphins have been surprising me. I did not think that we would hang as close to the Bills as we did. I thought the Bills' defense was going to kill us. My hope for Monday night is that we make a good showing. I'm picking the Steelers, but I'll probably, it's going to be tough. I'll be rooting for the Dolphins and wanting them to do well. I hate this tank season because it's hard to root for a loss, but I don't want them to lose or I don't want them to lose out on getting the pick that they're trying to get if that's the whole point of tanking. It's such a perplexing position to be in. So I'm picking the Steelers. I'm hoping for the Dolphins, but honestly, the Steelers are the better team, even with a backup quarterback. They are the better team all around. But you never know. That's why they play these games on any given Sunday or Monday night. Someone can rise up and beat someone else. And this will probably be, since I'm out of market, I'm in Kentucky and my Dolphins play in Florida. I don't get to see them very often. So this may be the one game I get to watch. I'll have to root for them. So, all right. So there we have it. There is week 8. So tell me. Oh, well, let me say this too. This is something that I noticed about my picks versus other weeks. I only picked two visiting teams to win this week. And I looked at my list and I thought about, man, I should probably change some of these. But then I thought, no, I'm going with my gut feeling on these games. And I don't want to change them. Not based on, just home versus visitor. That does play into my decision making, but so I don't know. Unless this is a very strange weekend, I'd like to think I'm going to do really well, but I could fall flat on my face. I don't know. It does seem odd to only pick two visiting teams to win this weekend. So, anyway, those are my observations. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me I'm out of my mind or I'm a genius. Either way, I'm just looking for some discussion, and I hope everyone's having a great week. And we'll see you. We'll see you soon.